such a beast, and using the wall is like my favorite ability, hands down, of all time. So being able to lock yourself away from the hunters or separate a hunter from the rest of the group, there's just nothing like it in the game. So.
There's some really great combos you can do with it too that are really exciting. Like I was playing against Dave last week, and he tongue grabbed and pulled me to him and then threw up a rock wall. And you just, like, I was telling the people that I was playing with, you always, with him more than even with like other monsters, you want to make sure you have jetpack at all times, because if you get tongue grabbed, you want to be able to like dart backwards, because otherwise you're gonna get thumped in the face.
So somebody mentioned this to me this morning. There's a bug in the game right now where the monsters are starting with full armor. So, yay! That's why Behemoth. That's why Behemoth is orange. So this is what happens in game development. Bugs are introduced and fixed. So a little bit of a nice little bonus for him. I don't know if that, I don't think it'll carry over when he stages up. I think it just starts off that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's really not good for the hunters though. If he wants to go for a quick stage 1 attack, that would be pretty rough.
Yeah. So we're hoping to see some. I think last week we had some streamers and YouTubers and stuff, some of the community and everybody playing Behemoth. So this week we wanted to showcase some guys with a little more experience playing Behemoth and see how different that looks.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he is, I mean, as all the monsters are, you know, he's a very different play style. You know, like I played, we had some new folks that tier us, and we like to take them through a play test and kind of show them where we are and what we're working on. So I was joining them for their sort of inaugural Turtle Rock play test, and I don't remember where I was going with that. Where did that go?
Well,
it just left my brain. What happened?
He does take some getting used to, and I think.
Oh, that's right.
I think the biggest thing for him is that he doesn't, because he rolls around, he can't leap. He can't.
Right.
He can't. When the hunters are up high, he can't get up there to them very easily. So the way that you traverse the world, the places that you tend to go, it's a lot different for Behemoth. I find myself always at the bottom of the maps now. Never climbing up, never getting on top. Like with Goliath, I always climb on stuff and I always leap off of stuff. With Behemoth, I never climb up stuff anymore. I always stay down low. I look for long sight lines, which normally
they found him.
I avoid for other monsters. So. And he's staged up right in front of him.
Yeah, I remember where I was going with that. I played Goliath the first game, and like won, I was feeling really good about myself, and then I played Wraith, and I played Wraith the exact same way that I played Goliath, and just got my ass handed to me.
Yeah.
Because they're just such different playstyles, and I think I'm more of a get in there, get in your face, be a monster, smash things, so I think Behemoth is probably more my jam. But let's see, we've got some questions. Do any of Behemoth's abilities cool down faster in combat?
No. Typically, we do that with abilities where you can get some traversal out of them.
Right.
So for Goliath's charge attack, for example, a lot of people use that to run away.
Yeah.
And they also can be used, obviously, in combat. So outside of combat, we slow that ability down so that you can't use it to run as quickly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Same for leap attack. But where Behemoth doesn't have anything that physically moves him, all of his cooldowns are exactly the same in and out of combat.
Gotcha. And we don't have a gold skin for him right now, do we?
You know what? I don't know the answer to that question. I'm not sure.
I think he's still new, so we haven't gotten a cute little wardrobe of skins for him yet. I think we might have maybe a couple, but let's see. Will Behemoth's wall be climbable by the monsters?
It is climbable.
Yeah.
Behemoth can climb his own wall. Yeah, which is
Yeah,
a lot of
really
fun,
cool.
and it opens up the door. I saw in a finale, or in the at the power relay, some hunters up on top of the platform, the rocket platform, and a Behemoth player spawned the rock wall, climbed up so he could launch the mortar onto the platform
nice.
from above.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
And actually, I really like his climb animation, which is unfortunate because if they're playing right, you probably won't see that as much. Although, man, he's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Who is that? Oh, because we got Parnell. But he took down Assault, so hopefully that'll help. Yeah, let's find out who we've got. I think we've got Brill on Monster.
2 in cap, 1 dead, 2 in capped, and 1 alive. So he's gonna try to close the game out right here as a stage 2.
Oh,
He
was
missed
that...
the trap. Yeah, he was trying to lock you in.
But there you go. We're seeing the climbing up the wall, like you guys just asked about. But he's getting kited pretty hard right now.
He's got to close this.
Yeah, he gotta.
There's. Oh, I was gonna say there's the pounce, but he missed it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh! There we go, guys. Yeah, that deserves some applause.
That was a very close game.
We haven't seen a draw, I think, on stream ever, so that's pretty awesome. Real quick, I'm just going to go through who's playing what. We've got Sam Potter on Assault, Jason Tong on Trapper, Kenneth is on Medic, and Daniel Phillips, who you guys saw with me last week talking about maps, is on Support. So really awesome game there. And who was alive at the end? Was that Jason? I think that was the Trapper who was alive at the last there, doing some... Yeah, nicely done, Jason. Well done, sir. Yeah, that was awesome. Let's see. We've got some questions here. Does he do more damage with roll the more you roll?
No, but he does do more damage as he gets larger. So a stage 3 roll will do more damage than stage 1.
Well, that makes sense because he becomes a bigger boulder.
He's bigger, and something that I saw when we had the streamers playing last week. Something that I saw people do that I never have done before in the game that I thought was really, really cool is when that hunter was down to 25% life, they just rolled and ran over him and and used that to incap him. I always pop out of it and try to melee. Yeah. And you don't have to, just roll over him.
Well, and I think especially like that's the novelty, right? So it's really satisfying to just like roll over him. And there's a bit of a knockback, right?
Yeah, it does knock you back. And
so
it
you
does
can
some
like
damage.
knock them and then roll over them again. It's awesome. Is Behemoth's hit chain different from other monsters? Heavy, light?
Oh, no, I think it's heavy, light. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. But the thing with Behemoth is that he does more damage with his melee attack than any other monster.
Oh, okay.
So you'll see a lot. So a real nasty thing to do is to incap somebody, then put up the rock wall so that you can pound him out. Right. And he pounds out people quicker than the other monsters do.
That makes sense. Yeah, because he's got the most health, the most armor, heaviest melee, but he's also a huge target.
Yeah, I told the guys, the streamers last week, I said it's like shooting the broadside of a barn. You can't miss. Right. And that's one of the reasons he does have more health and armor than all the other monsters, but it seems to burn off a lot faster than the other monsters. And that's just because like the spread on your assault rifle, whatever, it doesn't matter. All those rounds are going to hit him.
So when so I haven't actually heard this before, but when you say his hit chain, heavy, light, what does that mean exactly?
So all the monsters, like Wraith, will come in, and her first attack will tend to be an uppercut, where she'll hit somebody, and that actually does more damage than the follow-up melee attacks do. And so it'll cycle between like a heavy melee attack and then 2 lights, and then back to a heavy again. And so it's just a little bit of you can do some things like with Goliath, you can do a heavy, and then you can wait for like, I don't remember, a second and a half, and then do another attack, and it's another heavy, right? Instead of following it up with 2 lights.
Yeah, that's some serious micro.
You can pause and use another heavy.
Higher level players, take note. That could be useful. Yeah, and he's just like, I love that animation. It's just like,
he has those tree trunk arms. Incidentally, he does have the longest reach with his melee combat of any of the other monsters as well, because those huge tree trunk size arms they're so long. They just cover so much range.
Now, something that I was seeing, so I haven't, I'm obviously like more of a hunter player than a monster player, so I get scared about playing Behemoth in playtests. So I haven't actually played Behemoth yet, which is, I smacked myself on the wrist for that. I know, just called me lame from the other room, thanks Seth. But something I was seeing, his rock wall has some kind of oddities to it, like if there's a hunter standing on top of where it's aimed, it won't put up a rock in that area.
Yeah, that's a bug.
That's a bug. Okay.
That one shouldn't happen.
Okay, that's good to know.
It won't. It'll break. So the rock shards will break on a large wildlife. So like a Megamouth or a Tyrant, it will break under the Tyrant. It will still do the damage to the Tyrant, but it'll shatter that wall piece. Okay. But for hunters, it should always knock them back. If it doesn't, that's a bug.
And if they're more on the side closer to Behemoth, it'll knock them towards him, and if they're on the other side, it'll knock them back.
Yeah.
Right?
So the rock wall models, you can imagine them having a center point, depending on which side the hunter's on. They'll either get knocked away from you or knocked towards you. So I've used it before to knock hunters who are trying to escape right back, right into my hands.
Absolutely. Let's see. We've got another question. Can the tongue grab in-capped hunters?
I can't remember. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
We should see if Brill can pull that off at some point.
He was fighting them at a stage 1 there. It looked like he went. I think he went like two into rock wall and 1 into fissure, because that was a pretty big rock wall that he was.
Yeah.
As you spend more points on rock wall, it gets wider.
Right.
And if you put all 3 into it, it's almost a circle around him. It's huge.
Right, I remember that.
And it's also taller at level 3 than the other levels.
Oh, okay.
And it does more damage too.
Okay,
so.
Brill is gonna try and grab an in-capped hunter, so we're gonna give him some time to get some armor back. Needs to get some distance from those hunters still. Let's see. Behemoth has unique attack damage, movement speed, etc. Will former monsters get changes as well, Goliath having faster attack speed? I think that's just the way we built him.
Yeah, it's just something because Behemoth was the most tankish monster we've ever built. We did want him to move a little bit slower, and that had some trickle-down effects on everything else in his gameplay. You know, we wanted him to be the most dangerous up close. So when he tongue grabs you and pulls you into him, when you're flying towards him, you're completely scared, right? It's like the worst case scenario for you is to be going towards him, because he's going to hit you with that melee, or he's going to put up the wall to keep you from escaping. So I always panic whenever I get grabbed by that tongue.
Oh, and I do love his pounce animation. He like rolls over and then starts hitting you. It's awesome. I wish we could get. It's so hard to like plan for it, but I want to show people the perspective from the person who's been tongue grabbed, because it's like you're looking at him and you're shooting him, and all of a sudden you're like flailing through space, and it's very unsettling. Let's see. He does leave tracks when he's rolling, so when he's walking, they're like these big blue footprints, like with everybody, there's a specific shape to him. And then when he's rolling, he leaves spots of flame.
Yeah,
like
he catches the environment on fire.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like, it's a similar sort of look to Kraken's when he's flying, only instead of electricity, it's sort of fire.
The nice thing is, like, since it's fire, it's more literal in the world, and you can, as Behemoth, you can turn around and you can look at that fire trail behind you. You can see it.
Yeah, got some lava bombs down
So
there.
the lava bombs are a huge tool. I think people underestimate them. I tend to spawn them as often as possible. I just keep them out always when in combat.
Oh no, they shouldn't have let him get that.
And it will work the hunter's health down. Over time, it'll whittle them down, because it's not a big showy thing once they're in the world and people step through them on accident and catch fire, and so you'll see the whole team's health fall kind of gradually together.
Well, and especially like we have fire on the map, so if you walk through stuff, it'll like mess you up a little bit just in the environment. But I think people are used to just sort of ignoring that. So
I use that to your advantage when you're Behemoth. Spawn those all the time. Looks like we just missed him with the mobile arena. I keep those in combat all the time, and inevitably you'll see hunters catch on fire when they go through that stuff. So yeah, there's Kyra. She just went through it and she's on fire.
Fire. One thing I do like is they throw up the rock wall and then wait on the other side with either a tongue grab or lava bombs or fissure or something. So because rock wall goes up and you don't know, you would assume they keep running, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah, sometimes, especially like in a cave or something like that, you can put up rock wall and you'll see all the hunters just kind of stop and camp there, and that's the perfect time to throw down a fissure or something, because fissure will travel over the wall.
Yeah, and you can see them, but they can't see you unless they've got sound spikes, and even then, sometimes there's a delay.
It's a little bit of like taking some of that Cabot, shooting through walls back at the hunters.
Yeah, suddenly Cabot's utility is... Wait, what just happened? Can you just throw lava bombs straight up in the air?
Oh yeah, still coming down. Look.
Sneaky. Oh wow, yeah, all over the place.
And Griffin steps in.
Good job, Griffin.
That was Maggie. Yep.
Maggie. Let's see. Will the roll be affected by movement speed buff and perk?
That's another good question. I assume it is, but I don't know 100%.
Does Behemoth eat faster?
No.
I don't know which perk Brill took. He might have taken the faster feeding speed.
Nah, but he eats at the same rate as all the other monsters do.
Maybe the animation just makes it look that way. Is the flame dot effect that he applies the same damage and duration as the one Goliath applies?
Nope. It's when a hunter's caught on fire, yes. So it's the same as fire breath when you're caught on fire.
Right.
But the difference is when you're caught on fire with a fire breath, if Goliath is not looking at you, he's not doing any on top of that.
Right. Okay.
Each one of those spheres that spawn out of the lava bomb all do damage over time plus catch you on fire. So if you fly through one of those, you're going to burn for 6 seconds. If you stand in one of those, you're going to burn for 6 seconds, plus you're going to take the damage over time from the lava bomb. Plus the initial impact that has. If you're in the initial impact area and you get knocked down, you're going to take that damage as well.
Get him! Get him! Yes! Nicely done. So the tongue grab does do damage as well as obviously the.
So look at that was really nice, really dirty. He incapped and they were shielding, and then he put up a wall, which forced Hank to jetpack over the wall, and now Hank was on the side with Behemoth. So the wall a lot of times makes hunters make a sort of a very quick decision: do I go over or do I not? Because either do I want to save that teammate or do I want to let that teammate go?
Yeah, and there's the new Hyde grenades doing some work.
So Behemoth is all about controlling the battlefield. Like you need to get into the mindset of not going where the hunters are going. If they're up on a cliff, on a ledge or whatever, don't go after them. Use your tongue grab, use the rock wall, use the lava bomb to get them off of that ledge. You need to dictate where the battle is going to take place and the positioning of where all the hunters can and cannot be. And if you learn to do that as Behemoth, and I think that's one of the reasons why he is one of the tougher monsters to just jump into and use, is because you have to have a different mindset.
I gotta say, there's nothing as satisfying as watching him like land a really good, really good tongue grab. They're getting a little intense out there. Oh man, Brill is doing a great job. There you get the slam. And yeah, just when you're pinned because you've been sneak pounced, it's just so upsetting.
He should just run over this guy. He should just lob or see how he pops out. I do that too. I always pop out and I attack that guy. I should have just ran over him.
Oh, so that was that bug right there, right? Because the rock wall came up there, but because there was a hunter, it went back down.
It might have not come up because of the cliff side.
Oh, okay. I guess we've got hunter chat on, so you guys can hear them. Just one dude left. Don't stand in that, Brill!
15 seconds. He's got to close it. Just run him over.
Nicely done. Rawr.
That a stage 2 win?
I think so. I'm not used to, you know, with Goliath, it's so easy to tell because you get his big old spikes.
Yeah, his spikes do get bigger, but they...
Yeah, I'm not used to trying to suss out his...
Yet.
Good question. Do Behemoth's tongue grabs destroy Markov mines?
No.
No.
Because
you could throw lava bombs,
you
right?
shoot them at targets. I don't think... Yeah, that's another good question. I don't know. We should look at it.
Well, because we don't, like, it's not like you can replace them. Like, you can grab it and pull it to you. That would be weird.
No, but the point is you're breaking that trigger field.
Yeah.
You know?
It would blow up the end of your tongue.
I do know that we use the lava bombs to clear because anything that they touch destroys. So traps, Maggie's harpoon traps and Markov's mines really have a hard time with Behemoth because those lava bombs just tend to clear everything out.
That's the clearing mechanism you want to use.
But it is something we should check. So the reason I don't have a lot of these answers is because these characters, this tier 4 set of hunters and Behemoth, are so new to us. We built them as quickly as we could. Like after the game went gold, we kind of dogpiled on, and we built these characters out, and we don't have as nearly the amount of playtime with these characters as we do with all of the other shipping characters. We played with those characters or their gear for the better part of 4 years.
Yeah.
So these are all very fresh. These characters are very fresh to us. So we're still learning how to get the most out of them.
Yes.
And you know, so now when these characters go live on the 31st, we'll also have the ability to update more often, especially balance patches.
Yay.
So, which is a good thing.
More balance
very
changes,
good.
so we'll be able to listen to and implement your feedback faster.
Yeah,
which
so
I know a lot of people will be very happy about.
So we want to try to get these characters out sooner rather than later. We could sit on them for longer and try to sort out all of the very fine tuning and stuff, but we feel like we can do a better job with the community as well. So, you know, we're inclined to get them out there sooner.
So I have a couple of questions. Let's see here. When Behemoth comes out of the ball when he's rolling, is that a regular melee attack or is that a heavy attack?
It is a heavy attack.
But that's just because it goes heavy, light, light.
It does. It doesn't really change the gameplay too much, but it is a bit smoother because it's an attack animation that was built for coming out of the roll specifically.
Oh, okay.
So before you used to pop out of the roll and then press the melee attack, and so there was kind of this extra. You'd pop out first and then melee attack, and there's extra delay between attacking, and you would do a heavy attack then. So what we did was we moved the heavy attack right into the roll.
Oh, okay,
so
that
if you're
makes
rolling
sense.
and you press the melee attack, he just comes out with the overhead double hand smash.
Okay, cool.
And it's a lot easier to hunt wildlife and to roll up to hunters and smash them. But now I'm a huge fan of just rolling over stuff now after seeing the guys do that last week.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, do that more. He did change, I saw during the character select, he changed to a green skin of some sort.
This is the Jade skin, and it's going to be on sale when he comes out on the 31st of this month. So it looks pretty damn cool. I love him. He's so cool. Like, there's nothing like when you first see this like big sphere rolling through the environment, and you know, I think his skins might be a little less subtle than some of the other ones, but yeah, they're all rock themed. So you'll see this is Jade, and then who knows what else we'll have coming. Let's see. I've got a couple more questions. Do deep waters affect Behemoth's rolling speed?
I think they do. I'm not exactly sure the speed that, you know, how much the deep water takes off of it, but I have noticed a little bit of a slowdown when I go into deep water.
Yeah, because it's
also worth noting we had to do some special work to make sure that the skins also applied to Behemoth's ball. So you'll notice when he rolls here, he's still green.
Yep.
So that took a little bit extra work.
Right, yeah, because he's got two separate things to apply the textures to. Let's see. Will Griffin's harpoon or Maggie's harpoon trap slow down or stop the roll?
It does slow down the roll. It doesn't stop it. Well, it will stop his traversal when he's out of the ball, but when he's in the ball, it will slow it.
Okay.
But they'll still be able to roll, so you can stretch it out. And both those harpoons have a maximum range where they'll break.
Yeah, and you saw right there, he's still affected by the stasis grenade when he's in the ball. So he's slowed, but it doesn't pull him out of it.
Yeah, since he doesn't
He's
have
really slow.
Yeah, since he doesn't have the ability to like a leap smash or a charge attack. Those are things that Goliath is able to use when he's tranked or stasis to sort of counter that. Since Behemoth doesn't have any of those sort of movement abilities, then we felt like it made more sense for the roll just to slow it down and not stop it.
I'm bummed he missed that tongue grab because I wanted to see Markov go flying. Man, he's super low on health. I don't know that I'd be that in his face right now, because now he's out of...
Oh, Markov?
Yeah. Wait, are they running Lazarus? I thought that person was dead. Where are we? Medic? Oh yeah, we've got Lazarus. There we go. I was like, that person's dead. Great, yeah.
That makes sense.
Come on, bro, you gotta eat those bodies.
That's when that rock wall comes into use.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, throw up that rock wall and then eat him. There's nothing old Laz can do.
Yeah, and especially like, you know, using the lava bombs to really take that in-cap health down faster. I think he used that earlier. Oh, I've got a question from Jess here. Does Fissure clear traps or mines?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that's another clearing tool as well as lava bombs.
Fissure is...
Good to know. Fissure does the most
Fissure
damage,
is
right?
sort of like my meat and potatoes. Like, doesn't matter what other combinations of things that I want to take, I'm always going to take Fissure because it's the #1 damage dealer. It goes up and down terrain and obstacles, and it also has a pretty good range. If you put 2 or 3 points into it, also has really good range. So it's definitely it's a staple for me when I play Behemoth.
But I think that's the fun thing about, you know, letting this get out into the wild and you know, seeing Behemoth played by people who aren't from the studio is really cool because everybody has their different like strategies in mind for how they think things are going to work, and it's always really exciting to see that. Like, we're not really allowed to talk about it, but watching Ghost Robo Jr. Playing Trapper last week was pretty awesome. He was coming up with some pretty great stuff that I hadn't seen before, and I was like, oh my god, he's so good! So it's just fun seeing that stuff. Let's see. Do the splashes of the lava bomb follow enemy hunters and gadgets? I don't know if that's the right word.
No, so when they splash, they go off of the normal. So if it were to hit the side of the cliff, then they would spawn and sort of come off that orientation.
Oh, okay.
And if you hit the ground flat, then they're going to spawn up and kind of go out. And
but it's more about the direction that you fired them in rather than like where. It's not like they're homing bombs.
The direction of the surface that you hit.
Okay.
Them, and then they spread out from there. So.
Okay. And apparently we've had a question about the Trapper Challenge. And yes, you guys were successful. Griffin players came out in droves, so well done, guys.
Yeah, more than we expected, I think.
Way more, yeah.
It was more successful than we expected, so appreciate everybody jumping in.
And hopefully a few of you learned how awesome Griffin is. You know, we've seen some really impressive playing in competitions, and I know Brandon is a big fan of playing it on his stream. Oh, the tongue grab! Nice!
That was amazing.
That was perfect, snatching him out of the air like that.
Jeez.
But we've got a cloak, so it looks like he might just come back. But since he's low on armor, he's just gonna roll away.
Oh, he gets put in the fire, though. It's gonna burn him out. Look. Yep.
Oh. But Lazarus is still up,
yeah,
so...
Laz got him.
Yeah, you gotta take care of Lazarus. That's you know, basic. That's Evolve 101. Don't let Lazarus. Don't let Lazarus. Hello, it's Monday, everybody. All right, so more questions. Ask us more questions. I want to get Berlin here for sort of his take on how he runs this stuff. Okay.
Really nice. Jeez, that was a nice combo. Rock walled, and then the guy squeaked by the rock wall. Then he tongued him, and then as soon as the guy got let go of the tongue, he did the fissure and then capped him.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's also extremely satisfying when you dodge tongue grab. Like my
and the
favorite
tongue goes
is
right by you.
Yeah, my favorite is like when you kind of duck behind a wall and line of sight it, and it's just like, oh god, I feel like Neo in the Matrix. Let's see. Did we run into any like what were some challenges? Because obviously Behemoth is very different than the other monsters. So did we like?
Well, we ran into a size problem. Was the first thing that we ran into was an actually like a real logistical problem was his size. He's bigger than the other monsters.
Well, he's the biggest we're able to make.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it was a little bit of a struggle to push the size as much as we could, and honestly we pushed it until we broke the game, and then we had to pull back
right.
From there.
Well, that's how we roll.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely the biggest that we can make with the current shipping maps.
And something someone else was talking about was that when I first saw him in game, he wasn't actually in there yet. We were using Goliath as a placeholder, and then when he rolled, he turned into an actual soccer ball.
Yeah, the soccer ball.
Which I just love.
So the soccer ball, the rolling was one of those things where all monsters have their own traversal methods. Each one is unique, and it goes a really long ways to making that monster feel different and feel interesting. And so we were trying to think, okay, we've already done flying, we've already done leaping, we've already done sort of like teleporting. What's left? And we thought, well, what if he rolled? And somebody said that as a joke,
right?
And a lot of people in the meeting laughed, and then a few of us were like, no, we're serious. Like, what if, like, maybe that would work?
It makes sense. He's a rock monster.
And a lot of people were naysayers. A lot of people were like, no, it's gonna be too silly. It's gonna be cheesy. It's not gonna feel good. What about all the physics and stuff? So we prototyped it by turning Goliath into a soccer ball,
which really, countered those people saying it was going to look silly.
if it works as a soccer ball, it's going to work as a cool spiky looking rock, right?
Right, absolutely.
So we put it as a soccer ball, and after the first play test, everybody on the team said, "That's it, I'm sold. Let's do it."
Nice. So he actually used the time without Lazarus to evolve to stage 3, which is an interesting choice. A lot of people might have gone after the team. But instead, he's just lobbing lava bombs across the map because YOLO. Let's see. How fast does Behemoth's stamina regenerate? Also, how much does combat improve stamina regen? Well, like with all the other monsters, while he's in combat, it's going to regenerate faster, right?
Yeah. So anytime that just to catch anybody up, anytime see how the hunters on the hunter screens right now, you can see the monster's health bar. Mm-hmm. Anytime the health bar is up, that means the monster is in combat status. When he's in combat status, his stamina does recharge more quickly.
Right.
I'm not sure the numbers off the back of my hand. Like I don't have them memorized right now. But he is faster. He gets the recharge. So Behemoth, he's a little different. All the other monsters have 3 uses.
Yeah.
So 3 leaps, 3 teleports, 3 air bursts.
But his is continuous.
But his is just one continuous bar. And that's because it was really awkward. We would roll. We tried 3 at first, and we would roll, and then you would pop out by yourself, and then just go back into a roll and pop out again and go back into a roll. So we felt that was kind of clunky. Didn't feel quite right. And so, we felt like it was worth the effort to do a little code special, unique for Behemoth, and make his stamina one continuous number.
But does he recharge at the same rate that the other monsters do?
All monsters they're all different.
Oh,
They all wind up being different because their traversals are different speeds.
So
the leap is a different speed than Kraken flies, which is a different speed than the Wraith airburst. Or the Wraith warps. So they're all the recharge rates are all different and tuned specifically to that monster.
I get so caught up in what's going on?
Yes, Brill's doing a good job of trying to keep that mortar down. So it just went away, and now he's got it again.
Oh, did he get him? No, not quite. Trying to block people off. Let's see, we have another... Does Behemoth do more damage when he rolls off a cliff and lands on something?
I think it's actually the same. I think it's the same damage when you're rolling, regardless of kind of how you get there.
Yeah. That's a funny idea, though. Let's see. Does Wildlife do more damage when they hit Behemoth's weak spots?
Wildlife, no. It's only for projectile-based weapons. So,
okay.
And actually, weapons like that have rounds. So, assault rifles.
So Markov's lightning gun doesn't take advantage of weak spots?
It does not hit weak spots. No.
Ah, yay! Another win for Brill. Good job, Brill.
So Behemoth taking it to the team today.
Yep. Yeah, I think Tom's probably going to get upset soon. There's a lot of giggling out there, so I don't know if there's some smack talk. But Jess, you should tell them to bring their A game next time. Okay, Jess is letting them know they need to up it. So yeah, we had a question from the chat, but I think they were mistaken. So Wildlife does not affect his weak spots, or any monsters for that matter. So that is cool to know. So yeah, we're gonna. It was interesting. I've seen a lot of the fourth team against Behemoth, so it's nice to see different combinations of hunters.
Yeah, as we said, we haven't spent nearly the amount of time with these guys. Neither has 2K. So I mean, they're new, they're fresh characters to everybody. So we're still learning really how to counter them. We're learning how to play them, how to get the most out of them. It always takes a long time for everybody to get used to a new monster.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're so different, the play styles are so different that it takes a while. You know, Brill's on the controls today, and Brill, you know, being from the QA team, he's probably had, you know, maybe the most time with Behemoth of anybody in the studio. You know, which I think is showing a little bit in his play here. But we all know that too the community will eclipse us fairly quickly.
Oh yes, you guys do.
When Behemoth comes out, so I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see the real high level play.
Yeah,
and
'cause it takes a while, even for us. Like, it takes a while. Like, we've known the abilities that these like creatures and characters are going to have, but even just like it takes a while to get used to playing it. Like our next tier, we have some mechanics that we haven't had before, so it takes a while to get just used to playing it at all. But then, you know, to start getting into like the level of theory crafting and strategy and hunter composition and like which perk is best for who, and that takes a while to get your head around. So, and sometimes an hour playtest a day isn't enough to get that very quickly. And
yeah,
I know I learned a lot playing with the streamers and stuff last week.
I know one of the things where we had Behemoth, because he does pound out in caps so quickly. I know one of the difficulties we had at first was once he went into other game modes, like he was taking down the generators faster in defense.
Right.
He was killing end caps quicker in rescue mode. So, you know, we've gone back and tuned things.
Yeah.
But it is funny, like you build a new monster and you think that you've got everything sorted out, and then you go back in to start testing different hunter combos. And different game modes and different scenarios, and you run into sort of more complications and more things that you never thought about before, and you have to make adjustments.
Yeah, it happens. But that's why we need your guys' feedback, and we do listen, and so, you know, keep it coming. We do have another question. Let's see. Is the ball form considered a limb, meaning it takes less damage?
No. Somebody mentioned that too. Somebody said that they thought that they were taking less damage in the ball state. I don't think that's the case.
So it's just normal straight,
just normal
100% damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the headshot goes away because he's in the ball.
Right. There's no exposed guts to shoot at.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, Behemoth's headshot is not his head, because he's a big old mass of rocks and organic weirdness.
Yeah.
But he does have nasty exposed innards.
Yeah.
So you shoot those, and that's the 2x multiplier.
If you look on his character select, it's really cool. Or the main menu movie of him, it's really cool. You can see his heart beating, which is really cool. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, I've never seen that. I've been so distracted by the intestines, sort of like.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Awesome. Good. I'll have to look for that.
Yeah. So Behemoth's headshot is actually in his stomach, and when he does some attacks, like the fissure and stuff, he rears up.
Right.
His arms overhead, and he really exposes that stomach.
It's a good time to shoot
that
him. Shot.
So we thought it was kind of a fun little play on a classic kind of boss monster-y thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got we're gonna be checking out the new mine map that's coming to Xbox on the 31st, along with Behemoth, and then everybody else.
I have to say,
after that.
I love this map.
Like, I do too.
It's so much fun. It's like so much fun to look around and be inside of caves, like spelunking. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's good times. I like that it was really cool talking to Daniel last week, because just learning about their thinking behind all of it and putting it together. As you guys can see, we've got a different skin here. This is the sandstone skin, another rock-themed look here. I think this one's pretty cool too. It's maybe a little bit more camouflage than his bright green skin. So if you're new to Behemoth, this would be a good skin for you to invest in.
I think he's got some stuff, like his armor is missing. The armor glow is missing from the character select right now.
Okay.
And his eyes are glowing the wrong color. That's all like current bug stuff. Same as the armor being applied here. It's just current build. But I think he went to the sandstone because he wanted to try to blend in a little bit more
with the quarry. So we've got a lot of breakable stuff in here because, you know, it's a mine. So there's all sorts of wooden structures there to hold up the various...
Yeah, and we wanted to test, I'm sure Daniel talked about it last week, but we wanted to test Goliath, or the monsters leaving more traces of them pathing through the environment.
Yeah, like he just broke stalagmites.
Yeah, and I got caught with that last week. Like the monster, there was a broken door, and there's tracks going in there, and the tracks ended, and we went inside of there, and we explored for a long time, and then realized that it was all a farce. Like
he just broke the door to misdirect.
Broke the door, put some tracks in there, and then stealthed back out, and we totally took it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I think this area is called the Grotto, because it's very much more sort of like what naturally would have been down there before they started mining. So there's some man-made structures, but this part's a little bit more natural. There's more of the water creatures, so you'll find tyrants in here. Looks like maybe the hunters know he's in there, but...
Well, it's interesting because he's stealthing right now, and they have Bucket flying around. Of course, he just attacked the medic, so they know where he is now.
Nope. And there's bits of the ceiling falling off.
Yeah, seeing those stalactites drop is... Are they mites or tights?
Tights.
Tights.
Because they hold tight to the ceiling, whereas stalagmites might reach the top.
Yeah.
That's how I remember that. Breaking another wall. Drills just doesn't care. He's like, whatever, y'all can find me. I'm gonna smash everything. This is also one of the maps where we have our new food sources. So this is a crate right here. So you beat up the crate, and then it gives you nice borium ore to eat, which is very helpful for the monster. I think the hunters can hear it break because they don't get carrion birds, so there has to be something to like let them know what's going on there. But it's good if you're having trouble finding creatures, you can look for those as well.
This map is, I see so many, like around these doorways are like, they're perfect for Behemoth's wall to go up.
So many good wall opportunities.
Yeah, it's really, you'll hear, when we were playing last week, I didn't even have to look to hear, like, I just hear the hunters, like, kind of sigh.
I just gotta point this out. I don't know who's on medic, but what are you doing, man? He's invisible. Stop healing him. You're drawing a big green arrow. Who's on medic? Kenneth, get your shit together. No? Did they switch? Oh, man. Man. Evolve 101. If you're stealth, no shielding, no healing.
Those Griffin was pulling Behemoth off the wall. That's one of the things Griffin, I think, he's the only guy who can do this. Well, Maggie can plant some traps at the base.
Yeah.
But it's very satisfying to see a monster climbing a tall cliff going after one of your teammates, and you just shoot the monster in the back with a harpoon and just see him slip off the wall.
Nice.
It's so nice.
And I've got, who do we have here? I haven't even looked. So we've got Griffin, we've got Hyde, Bucket, and Lazarus again. Wait, no, that's gotta, no, sorry, that was Val.
Yeah, because
Val almost walking into a plant there.
Ooh.
About to take a rolling boulder to the face.
Just ate that.
Yeah, don't do that. And then let's see. So yeah, we don't have Hank in here, but Hank's orbitals do work. We wouldn't make a map where one person's abilities are just completely negated. So
it's just there's a few areas where there's sky, where it's
going to be like
sky.
Any other map where there's areas where it works and areas where it doesn't work. Same way as Cabot's dust tagging. Brill really taking a lot of damage there. The enclosed space not necessarily working to his advantage.
Which is odd. I mean, in my experience, I like to be Behemoth in this environment.
I haven't seen him using Rockwall that much though, so that's really like, that would be my focus if I was playing, just because you can, pull people into a side tunnel and then throw up a wall. Like, what are they gonna do? You can't. It's really hard to get around in some of these areas, so that's pretty useful. Oh, who have we got here? I guess we're getting some questions about Tier 4. Soon. That's all I gotta say. Soon. I wish we could just, like, flash up one of those silly kitten pictures. It's just like, soon. Is he trying to be sneaky? Because that's not gonna work. Yeah, we're, Jess reminded me that you can follow us on Twitter. You can check us out here on Twitch and on Facebook as well, Turtle Rock Studios or Evolve Game. and we'll be letting you guys know as soon as we can put more information out about those guys, because we are very excited. I know one of Jess's favorite characters is coming up, as is mine. So one of mine. Well, yeah, I can't. Stop. Okay, so we got some more crate eating here, and Hyde throwing those grenades out there, and Brill just rolling through them. I think we're still
it is worth pointing out that our balance updates are coming out with these characters on the 31st. So the team here is playing. So this is not Hyde that you guys are used to playing with Hyde. This is the new buffed Hyde.
This is new and improved Hyde, where his their toxic grenades actually do a ton more damage. So I think we're all still quite used to, Brill plays at home, so he's used to playing with old Hyde, where you're just like, oh, toxic grenades, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
No.
It's really a legit area denial now, so that's pretty great. Why is it that rock wall doesn't cover some terrain when thrown? I think there's just some. I think it's hard to place, so like I think you have to.
So we have to be careful where we spawn those in the code, because if we get them like too close to the edge of a cliff or something like that, there would just be floating rocks.
Oh, okay.
Out in there. So my suggestion to everybody is don't spawn them too close to yourself, because we don't want them interpenetrating with behemoths, so they won't spawn if they're too close to yourself. And then also try to pick like an open or flat ground area where you do choose to spawn them. So you'll see wherever your crosshair is, that's where the rock wall is the center of the wall is gonna start, and then it's gonna fan out from there. And so I always try to just pick kind of flat ground and a little bit of a distance away from me to help guarantee that wall is gonna go up.
Yeah, I just realized he's only just now getting to stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really low on health, considering. I thought he killed something to have a snack, but he's just rolling away. Are they on top of him, or? Oh, they are. Okay, they're trying to see Hunter screens here.
There was a nice.
We got Bucket out there looking for him. We got any more questions? Yeah, I'm glad the Brill is playing with the map up, so you guys get to see a little bit better, because it's a different shape, and there are clearly 3 different spokes with different sort of mini biomes in them. So I think that's what's really cool about this map, or one of the many things.
Yeah. So the idea in the map too is that they could go run around any of those spokes, and they'd always have to kind of come back to the center. And
exactly.
That's where the 2 teams overlap.
Yeah, so I would have. Oh, he didn't have his rock wall out. That's why.
Runner over, runner. See, just run her over.
Yeah, he's got the traversal for it. He's trying to be fancy. This is Brill's problem. He likes to show off a little bit, and then he ends up getting his butt kicked. But he's got all that fire down there, so really beating the crap out of the medic.
Bucket's putting those sentry guns up too. We did bump those.
He's taking a
little
lot
bit
of
more,
damage.
So.
Again, sitting in that toxic grenade way longer than he should have. Are they gonna get him? Oh no,
I think so.
Oh, grabbing just a tiny bit of armor on the run, always a good move. As long as you're not still taking fire. Yeah, just trying to get some distance.
Yeah, they're distracted by a tyrant right now, so that's
good. That's helpful.
That's gonna give him
but
a
he's
chance.
Setting off birds, so hopefully by the time they're free. Oh no, they're still up there, still on the HUD. They know where he is. Keep running, Brill. Oh, just setting off birds left and right. No big deal. Brill doesn't care. Let's see. Got any questions? See, we told the guys to bring their A game, and they did. They're doing really well. He's got a tiny amount of health. Yeah, it's
getting that armor though. Behemoth is. It's not like when Wraith escapes. You're frustrated because she escaped again, because she can do that so easily.
Yeah.
But when Behemoth escapes, you can get frustrated because he's gonna get so much armor back.
Right. Oh, man. He just looks so cool running around. This is the quarry area. So, actually, I think it's from here that you could theoretically see the foundry. I think it's like up and over.
Yeah.
So, like, from the foundry, you kind of look over one edge and you see down into this, is the idea. So they're sort of connected. Yeah, he's now at full armor again. Oh, is he trying to throw that at the dropship? Is that gonna work?
No,
you can see him!
Yeah.
Wait, oh god. Can we have the dropship? I think they're gone now. That was really cool. This is because of the way this map is shaped, it's a really good opportunity for some very cool sound sensor placement. You know, so you want to like make sure that you're placing sound sensors at choke points, and you can be very strategic about that. Still keeping his armor up. They're trying to chip at it, but I don't think.
Yes, I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna use that armor just to absorb hits and escape and get to stage 3, so that he can get some health back.
Yeah, he needs more health. And we're also seeing Hyde. I think it was Hyde's minigun that was doing some damage to him as he rolled away there, because Hyde's minigun now does. It's more accurate.
It's a little bit more damage and it's more accurate.
Yeah. So instead of before, you kind of like shoot things and feel like you're just not hitting anything, and now it feels a lot more useful, I think. And I love Hyde, so I'm thrilled with these changes. Might draw some of my attention away from my love Markov. Alright, so we got stage 3. Let's see what happens. I haven't seen many games go to stage 3 on this, because the relay is in the middle, and I think it's pretty cool.
Interesting here, with Behemoth, he just went to stage 3, and if you saw where his armor went and his health went, he has less health right now, or less effective health right now than he had when he was stage 2 fully armored.
Yeah.
So he's got the hunters have a little window here. They had a little window to try to do that damage.
Nice sneak attack.
Mammoth Bird, that's the faster cooldown on the abilities. That's a pretty nasty one.
We had a question: is the exposed spine a weak spot as well?
No, it was just for visuals. And if you notice, right now, Behemoth is stealthing, and those plates are closed up a lot more. And when he's not in stealth mode, they open up and spread more. And it was just one more thing that we could use to try to help make it a little bit more clear as a player when you're stealthing versus when you're not.
Yeah. No,
it was just
it's
kind
a cool
of like,
look, though.
Yeah, kind of cockroachy and disgusting.
Yeah, he went through a few different phases. I remember from concept, like he used to be just a boulder guy. Like he was all rock, and then they introduced more sort of organic elements and made him kind of
like wearing rock armor.
Yeah, kind of like this. It's like if a hermit crab did massive amounts of steroids, and then like bred with a rock. that analogy got away from me a little bit. But we've got him almost back at full armor. He sees one of the hunters. And I mean, you can tell that, like, we couldn't make him any bigger than that. Walking through these doorways, it's just like he's really filling those out.
Yeah, he's huge now.
Yeah.
We had to do a lot of work, too, with the cameras to try to...
Nope. Blocked himself off.
Yeah.
Can't get around because he's too big to get around his rock walls.
So the hunters, they just defended up because they knew he was 3, and they decided to... Oh, my goodness.
No! Oh, no!
There it is. That guy's done.
Oh, no!
No.
Oh, nice dodges, though. Oh, no, the Fissure got him through the wall.
Fissure went over that wall.
Yep.
Fissure's so good.
Yep. So Hyde doing some good work on that shield, though. Or, sorry, the armor. But man, and that cooldown ability is just, or the cooldown buff, brutal. Someone was asking, can you aim the lava bomb like a rock throw, where you can change directions at the last second?
Yeah. If you well, if you hold the button down, you can aim, but as soon as you release the button, you're locked, and it doesn't matter where you move. He's gonna throw that lava bomb where you were when the button was released.
That might require some attention and focus from higher level players to kind of figure that out. Still maintaining a lot of his health. I don't think they got through his armor all the way.
It's interesting. I think he's just trying to get a little bit of armor. He's got a minute with one hunter gone.
Yep.
He's got a minute to try to close out the game. I would expect him to try to get armor and go back in before that.
Yeah, I mean, the Trapper is on 2 strikes, so he could probably pretty easily take him down again, but like, with Hyde being as solid on the damage as he is, like, he can't afford to sit in that flamethrower.
Yeah, and he is right now. He just lost 2 bars of armor and a bar of health to that flamethrower.
We got some questions about balance on Elite Wildlife. Have we been exploring that, or like looking into that?
We're looking into it. Right now, our focus was the balance patch for the game's characters, and then this new batch of characters.
Yeah.
We have been talking about the Elite Wildlife perks and where we wanted to go with those. We've talked a little bit about sort of like there is a ranked play mode that we're working on, that we're talking about now and discussing, and so we may, whether or not we make 2 different versions of those perks, one for ranked play and one for non-ranked.
Oh, interesting.
Or whether we just sort of meet in the middle and merge all the numbers into one new value. We're not really sure yet. So we know that they're powerful and they were designed to be powerful. The intent was that it could make or break your game. You know, if you were behind and you were getting beat by the other team, that you could go find that Elite Mammoth Bird perk and it might turn it around to where now you can win, right? And so they were designed to be powerful. They were designed to be game changers. But a lot of people look at that and say that's not fair, right?
Right. Well, it's an extra level of strategy,
I was beating that guy, and then he got the perk, and now he beat us, but he only won because he had the perk. Right.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing. I think on the one hand, it's nice for somebody who's outmatched.
Beautiful tongue grab. And
I really like those long range. There's something beautiful about those long range tongue hits when you pull somebody back.
Yeah, they do not want to be fighting him right here.
Yeah. Well, that was all turtled up in that little. Looks like so that was an example where he put the rock wall, he kind of put it right inside of that object there, or right against it.
And it didn't totally block off the way he wanted it to.
A bunch of the spires didn't spawn, so.
Oh, not as stealthed as you'd like.
Look at his arm, look at his health just drop in that.
Yeah. Can't hang out in the flamethrower. Does it still do the most damage in the game?
I would think so.
I think that was...
It's a different, like it's a damage per second, right? It's like a given rate. I think it's the highest. It's very close to Markov's assault lightning rifle, but the difference with Markov's lightning rifle is that it runs out of ammo very quickly, and the flamethrower doesn't.
Oh no!
He's gonna beat it.
Oh man, yeah, no, needed to get out of that.
Yeah, those toxic grenades. I think the toxic grenades and bucket sentry guns. I think that combination was chewing him up there, and and you can use at least the lava bombs will clear the sentry guns out really well. But the toxic clouds, you just got to move. You just got to get out of there. And that is one thing with Behemoth. His movement is slow. His normal run walk speed is slow. And even committing to jumping into a ball and rolling does take some time. And while you're doing that, you can't attack.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, their tendency is to not go into a ball to get out of an orbital strike or get out of a toxic cloud, and they really should.
Okay. So there's some strategy tips for you guys. So yeah, it sounds like when Behemoth's on the team, everybody just needs to be a lot more aware of where they're standing. It's like in World of Warcraft, you don't want to, if you didn't put it on the ground, don't stand in it, kind of thing. So hunters want to be aware of where they're standing. If you've got Hyde on the team as a monster, any monster, you want to be really aware of where you're standing. I think the way that the game has been so far, people haven't been that concerned about that portion, so it'll change things a little bit. I think we'll see some interesting reactions. Yeah,
we even changed it to where that toxic cloud, it will detonate when it gets close to a monster, so you can throw it at Kraken who's flying, and it will just spawn a cloud in the air, and he has to avoid it or else he gets chewed up. So it makes that, along with Hyde's chain gun, the minigun accuracy, makes him a lot more viable for versus Kraken.
Yeah, we're see a lot more of that. You still, Flamethrower still has a really short range, so you need to have either Abe pulling him out of the sky with stasis grenades, Val on the trank shots, Griffin with the harpoon, but you're gonna need to do that anyway. So if your team is playing as they should, you should be able to at least hop up on a.
And there's some nice potential combos with Hyde's Flamethrower and the tier 4 characters.
Oh. Teaser. All right, this is the elite skin. We got one more game in us, so if you have questions, ask them now. I love that roar. It's so cool because he's got a set of teeth on the front, and then his face kind of opens up, and he's got more teeth inside. It's just like all the teeth. And again, monster dentistry not a huge thing. Goliath's teeth are all akimbo.
Wherever they came from, they didn't have toothbrushes, I can tell you that.
No. Got a little hunter stuck in your teeth.
Well, that was one of the fun things that we learned when we were trying to figure out how to make scary monsters and how to make monsters that felt like monsters and not wildlife. And if you look at a lion's teeth, they're kind of similar to ours, where they're laid out kind of nice and symmetrical and cleanly, but if you look at our monsters, they tend to have very like jagged, like teeth all over the place, right? And sort of no uniform way. And that's one of the things that makes them look more monstery and more scary.
That makes sense. There you go. Get your teeth fixed.
Or you look like. So it looks like he's not messing around with sneaking this time.
Nope.
He's just
get
rolling.
The hell out. Let's destroy some more stuff. No. Getting away from the birds. God, I hate when I get that pounce attack. It's horrible. Horrible. You're just sitting there and you can't do anything, and he's just like. Getting beaten up by a rock slide. Yeah, when he eats too, his back opens up and shows off his spine some more. Oh, so gross.
It's pretty.
They did such a good job on the art team. Did a really great job on him. I hope that we can put out some concept art so you guys can see how far he's come. Oh, thirsty. Let's see here.
So we went back to Hank this time, Maggie, Markov, Kyra.
All right, so hopefully we'll get to see some Hank. Oh, he's got his. Oh no, what is he shooting? Hank is trying to shoot out the lights. Hank, what are you doing?
He's very angry now. That light didn't go out.
Yeah.
Very upset.
I don't think you're playing the right game, Hank. So hopefully we'll see some good orbitals in here, and you guys can get an idea of where that goes off. I mean, in the last game, you saw a lot of mobile arenas, so obviously those. Oh no, Hank, too focused on the lighting. Is he on his own? Oh no, there we go. We got a Kyra.
Gonna burn.
Emergency cloak.
Burn his cloak to get away from a toad.
Yeah, you can tell I'm a PC gamer because my emergency goes like this instead of. Anyway.
Look, that Mega Mouse still coming after him.
Is it? Oh no! Oh wow! Oh no, we got the. No, I don't think they know. Oh, there we go. Now we got birds. There he is.
You can see some
fiery ball disappearing around a corner.
Yeah, you can see some of the fire trails now.
Yep.
From where Behemoth was rolling. Oh, and they stepped in a plant.
Ah. Yep, there's still plants on this map, folks. Look out for those.
Plants in the caves. Unbelievable.
I mean, they're not
here?
desperately leafy as plants go, so maybe they don't need a ton of light.
They don't use chloroform, it's fine. Or chlorophyll.
Shh. It's okay, hunters.
Yeah, that's how you do it. They do you in.
They
use
sit
the
there while they're
chlorophyll to make chloroform.
Creepiest plants ever. Just chugging along. Hank doesn't seem to have any sort of sense of urgency right now. He's just like.
No, he's just hanging out, just cruising.
There's an arena down, so there we go. Oh, somebody knows where he is. Is Hank about to face check him? That would be a bad idea. Oh, yes!
Wow, what a pounce.
Sneak attack. So good. Yeah, this is a bad area for line of sight for Hank, because there's 2 different elevation changes on either side of him. That's not where he wants to be. Because, yeah, you need line of sight in order to shield folks, and that's just like they need to kind of coordinate where they're sitting, because that's not a good place.
Oof. Not
a good place. God, that sideways roll is so cool. It's like a barrel roll, right? Something like that. Do we lose Anna? Do we have anybody getting questions from the chat? All right, Jerry, give me some questions, man. Chat, give me some questions. Daisy's down. That sucks. Oh, there we go. Orbital barrage right on top of Daisy. I hear you guys are misbehaving. This is my stern Chloe face. Oh. Jess needs to figure out her word choice better. That's not a British word, that's just incorrect. I just look like I'm schizophrenic. I'm like arguing with this voice nobody else can hear.
Yeah, and I'm not acknowledging it at all. I'm just ignoring it. I'm just watching the game.
No, Chris doesn't have his earwig in, so it's just me. It's just me hearing Jess in my head. This is what I have nightmares about. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, Jess. Anyway, so smashing some more doors. Taking a little bit of hit to his health. Okay, tell us the damage numbers of each ability? No. What about Daisy? Can he tongue grab Daisy? Yeah, I would think so. He can tongue grab everything, right? Well, like, I mean, wildlife, obviously not plants or mines, because those things just don't move, but he can grab Daisy, right?
I don't remember.
Jess is saying yes. What's your source, Jess?
I think she made that up.
I'm sitting next to the design director. Oh, Brill says so. Okay, well Brill would know, I think. Oh. No, he can see your jetpack. Oh, man. We're getting some nice sounds from outside. So, this is a good group. We've got some, the release date, I'm told we're getting questions about Tier 4. They are coming out with Behemoth on March 31st. So you will get to play them soon.
How many days is that?
It's the 23rd today, so it's 8 days.
I'm counting. I want to get online. I'm ready.
Chris is ready to play, you guys. I don't know if I feel like being British today. I don't know. Who's asking? Oh, man. Getting some damage. I don't think anybody's gone down yet, though. We don't have any. Oh, there we go. Right, we've got support down. But getting healed and revived by Trapper.
Medic's down.
Oh, man.
Oh, Megamouth in the mix.
And Behemoth's just like, I don't need to touch that. You have fun.
Perfect.
Yeah. Having a good time. Assault popped his shield. Oh, Megamouth is down. Really trying to finish off that medic, though, I think.
Ah, that Fissure. Just roll over and Brill.
Yeah, roll, Brill. Roll. Tongue grab Daisy. We want to know if it works. Someone was asking if Behemoth's design was inspired by Megamouth. If you see where he came from, he never started out that way. Megamouth's more of a
toad.
Camouflage toad thing, like a giant beefy
yeah,
toad.
I mean, I can see where they might think that though, because Megamouth has a lot of rocks on his back to kind of help with the camouflage.
But he's more like a sea anemone, where it's just sort of there as
Yeah, but I mean,
stuff
so
to make it look sneaky.
Behemoth was concepted as a rock monster, right? To begin with, so whereas the rock with Megamouth was made to help him blend in because he's an ambush predator.
Right.
And that's what ambush predators do in real life. They have camo like a rattlesnake, very, very good camo, so that they blend in so they can ambush. So I don't think so, but because they're both kind of like rock related, then they look similar.
Yeah, I think his original concept was more like volcanic rock looking.
Yeah,
so
it was what do you call it? Pumice?
Yeah, or
yeah, more like.
Yeah, because it was very porous.
It was
and
the black.
Yeah.
It was really dark.
And more
but then we
sort of
couldn't see him in
spiky.
the maps, so that turned out to be problematic.
Oh.
Who'd have thunk? But,
you can't be too camouflaged. That makes it too hard.
14 seconds to close this out.
Come on, Brill.
He's got what, Maggie left, and he trapped himself.
Oops. So be careful where you place your walls because that could backfire horribly.
Oh, in a trap. Hung up in a trap. That's it. He lost there. Coming back in.
No.
Lost his chance.
Nice
Lost his
evasion by the
window.
trapper. Is that Jason again? Yep, that's Jason Tong, everybody.
Now he's got him.
Oh, now he's got him, but the other guys are already on the dropship, so.
Yeah, but should be out now. He can finish her.
Yep.
So, was that 3, 4?
And actually, that was
4
pretty
hits.
decent timing because if he killed her sooner, she could have respawned on the dropship.
Oh, that's true. She could have come back.
So, I wonder if Earl was aware of that or it was just sort of a happy coincidence. Oh, did he get someone? He got the medic. No. The thing about the thing about the lava bomb is that you can only target the first hit. The other bombs are kind of
The other
like
bombs are just a
random.
splash. Yep, they're just procedural, so they're gonna spread out in a mathematically defined sort of parabola.
Words I have not heard in many years. So I have questions that people are wondering. Oh no, Daisy!
Get her.
If we're gonna make more wildlife, I think it's been talked about, but I think we have so many other things that are priorities, like
Yeah, it's kind
actual
of
characters.
our team's
and-
only so big, and we gotta think about like if we're gonna spend time modeling new characters, should that be new wildlife or should that be new hunters and new
Right.
monsters? You know, so right now the biggest bang for the buck has been new characters, new monsters and new characters. That could change in the future. It's also kind of hard to go back into maps that have already shipped and try to integrate that wildlife.
Right.
Whereas these, new monsters and hunters just plug in
Yeah.
smoothly into any existing map. I love that Fissure goes up and down surfaces. So,
Yeah, it looks really
again,
cool.
like with Behemoth, you don't have to chase him down.
There's so much yelling out there. People are super amped about this. Every time he rolls towards them, I think they freak out a little bit.
It is scary. He's so big. He's so big from the from the hunter's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. It's turned into like monster bowling right now. We had a question about Val's Trank Dart. That affects him just the way that it would normally. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's rolling; it's going to slow him a little bit. Like
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it didn't. So like the
Oh,
Trank didn't
mine's
affect Goliath's leap, but it does affect Behemoth's roll.
Oh right, okay.
But I think it's like his roll is 80% the speed that it normally is. So it's not a huge hit, but it is noticeable.
Let's see. Wait, what was that, Jess?
Oh my God,
Yeah,
he
there is
couldn't
some
finish
serious
him off
yelling
quick
out there.
enough, so they're all coming back
Oh
in
no! Again. They are
Or is
so
it just
happy about that
Maggie?
dropship. And again, we've got Assault missing out. Or no. Yeah, it's Assault missing out on the dropship. He's going to be out for this round. Alright, I guess we're hearing some Hunter chat.
We gotta go. We don't have damage.
As they go silent.
But
Always the way of it. Well, maybe when we have a counter, or they're right there.
go back the other way.
You can orbital him in there.
Yeah. God. Oh my God, I'm so dead. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo. Okay, get in there. I got. I'm fighting hard boots. I'm
Jason
running around
is
the
losing
circle. I'm
himself.
freaking-
This is
Right.
awesome.
I didn't see what left.
Guys.
Got
Go.
wedged between his rock ball.
Right side.
Nice.
Oh my God, he's right behind me. Right there. Up top. Up top.
They look like a bunch of little mice running around.
Yep.
I just hopped him. I just hopped him. I'm fucking all you did that.
Just roll over and drill.
Oh!
Oh!
Wow,
That
was
shield.
crazy.
Clutch shield.
Oh god, he fucked up medic. Oh god, no, that was Daisy. That's Daisy. No, medic.
Trying to block line of sight with that rock wall, not quite working out.
Did get the medic though.
Did he? Where's the... Oh yeah, medic's down. I missed that.
Oh my god, yeah, don't.
Oh, and he knows exactly where that support is. No jetpack. One time.
Hyde, Daniel, I believe. Just hide. Oh my god.
Oh. Oh god. He knows. He knows. Stop jetpacking. He can see you. Oh,
there's
support.
Beat a cloak support.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that I'm terrible at and Brill's really good at. Yeah, I can't ever find people. They cloak, and I'm running around as Goliath trying to flame breath everywhere, and I still miss them. I don't know how you can miss.
Some people can track them really well, some people can't.
Yeah.
Per player.
Yep, that's one of those skills you're either
We got one left,
you
just
don't.
Maggie again. 27 seconds.
Rock wall!
Put her.
Oh god. Come on, Brill.
Oh, she's trapped.
Can we get Maggie's point of view because it's amazing. Oh no. Nicely done, Brill. Well played, sir. Alright, let's see. I had a question. Did you ever consider making Behemoth stealth make him more like a rock platform that people could walk over? I feel like with stealth you still have to be able to move.
Yeah,
so there's only so much.
That was definitely the difficulty with him being in stealth mode. Was he can only he's like a ball, like like his body shape is a big ball, so we couldn't really do a lot with. He's
not gonna get
with
that
his
sneaky.
pose. Yeah, he's not gonna
He's
get
enormous.
He's not gonna get that close to the ground because he's just a big gumball. So.
Could we get Brill in here to talk about some of his strategy? Actually, can we get Brill and Tong? There's tea for Chris. Brill, could you bring this tea here? Thank you very much.
Jason?
Chris? I'll stand.
Here. Let's
So I can still be.
give that to.
Oh,
Oh, there you
look,
go.
now I got two
You
teas.
can still be Chris.
Nice.
All right, we'll get Brill in here. I will carefully, gingerly lean on this table.
Some
Okay.
Earl Grey hot.
So Brill.
Hey.
Sorry, I can't really look at you very well because it's like out of my ear. So what was your strategy going into this? We've seen a couple different tactics. Do you want to talk about kind of your thinking behind how you played that?
Well, the first 3 rounds I knew the map, and so I just kind of played it to get some distance, get a feel for how these guys played, because I haven't really played them as a group before.
Mm-hmm.
But once I started feeling them out, I would try combos, because I think Behemoth's strength is like in comboing all his abilities. He feels like one of those stereotypical boss monsters that does all of these big animation moves and stuff, and like hunters can dodge it, but like if you can land all of them together, the combos are really damaging.
But that makes it so much more satisfying when you do dodge it. Yeah. And speaking of satisfying, I hear we just hit 2,000 followers or viewers. Woo! Twitch followers.
Oh, nice.
Yay! Thanks, guys.
Hello.
And if you don't follow us yet, you should, because we're fun and goofy and talk about cool stuff. Anyway, sorry, carry on, Brill. See, Exhibit A.
I will say in the 4th match, when we switched it over to Broken Hill Mine, I didn't really know that map too well, so I had it up a lot, and I was trying to just run around the map, get a feel for it. Mm-hmm. But by the time I kind of did, they had whittled me down way too quickly.
Yeah.
But then the next round, I had a better idea of where to go, and so because I knew the map, I knew exactly where I wanted to engage them. Like the first fight, those high places, it's hard for hunters because they have to expend a lot of jetpack energy while I'm just waiting up there, all my abilities primed, and it's making it harder for them to get to me.
Yeah, and then they can't dodge when they get there.
Right, and I could hear at one point they realized, oh god, this is a bad place to fight. It's like, yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yep. Oh, here, lean in a little bit. I think you need to get closer to the
So
mic.
Jason,
Yes.
what happened? You guys couldn't
Um,
put the stop to Brill.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, Jason, lean in a little bit so you get this lovely mic action here.
So yeah, Behemoth. Like I'm gonna piggyback what Brill was saying. When he puts you in a combo of his abilities, you just feel stun locked and you just don't know what to do. You're just literally your screen is just flying in front of you. You're just like, all right, I'm just gonna wait till I land somewhere and then I'll do something. But yeah, and then he moves really fast. So I mean, me as Maggie, I was like, a lot of times when you're running away from the monster. It's Maggie running away from the monster. You could like trap them pretty good with your harpoons, but it didn't feel like that with Rocky. You just like it didn't even feel like it was like slowing it down.
Well, and we've added some time to the arm time for harpoon mines, so that's probably what you're used to as well. I noticed that Brill was just hanging out in those toxic grenades, not used to those yet.
Oh man, but that last part was intense. Oh my god.
We could hear you guys yelling. Oh yeah, that was awesome. And then when he came around that corner, you were like blocked in with the rock wall. You were just like, ah!
It was like a scary movie. I was like, please, just don't. No.
Oh, it was so good. I love
good.
moments like that.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then we saw. I saw. I think there was some Val mistakes when someone was stealthed and Val was healing, and you just see this big old green arrow pointing at the medic.
It might have been, it might have been.
Or whoever.
I wasn't medic. I was trapped.
No, I know.
So there might have been a couple mistakes, but I mean, just mayhem.
No, it was great. Mayhem. No, you guys are awesome, and people learn from this stuff. Hopefully, you guys seeing some high level play from Mr. Brill.
Don't do what I do.
That's not true. You're awesome. Everybody's awesome. We had some great players today. What else? Let's see. We did have one question about Chris's pets. Chris has pets. Someone wants to know. I think that might take us a while, but you have
pets.
Don't you have bunnies?
Jamie.
Yeah, we have four rabbits now.
4 rabbits.
Yeah, 2
and
cats.
Kitties. Yeah.
Oh man, jeez.
Yeah. It's kind of like a farm.
Menagerie, and you almost adopted a bobcat the other day, right?
Yeah, he visited us while we were eating breakfast.
Yeah, just strolled by.
Right outside our house. That was nice.
All casual and chill. Yep, and I have a cat. You guys don't have pets, do you? Jess has a bird. She offered from the other room. If you've ever watched Jess stream, she has her bird in the room sometimes, although she was playing Alien Isolation and flipped her shit the first time she saw the alien, and her bird just went, like fell off her arm. It was amazing. That's what you get. You brought it up. Cool. So unless there are any more questions, I think we're good. Just, follow us on here and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, and Jess is letting us know that if you want to see Tier 4, it's going to be announced where you can see it on our Twitter, and we'll definitely be. See you, bro.
Huh?
I don't have bunny ears. Yes, so follow us, and we'll keep you guys updated on news. Tier 4 comes out on March 31st, as well as Behemoth and new maps for Xbox One, and everybody else will get those new maps on the end of April. And then Observer Mode is also in that, which is very exciting. We'll have to do a stream using that at some point, because it's really cool. And we hope you guys have a lot of fun with that.
Can't wait to play with you guys. Woo!
Someone was asking cost of Behemoth skins. I don't know.
Ooh.
Don't know yet. Those will be up in the store, I'm sure, when he comes out, so you guys can see then, and we'll figure it out and let you guys know next time. So thank you, and if you have more questions, you can always ask us on the forums or on Twitter. We're all around, and if you don't know our Twitter handles, you can ask in chat, and someone will tell you. So thanks, everybody. It's in the About section. There we go. All right. Bye.
Ciao.
Yay, wait.